Welcome to my channel Pharmacology Decoded by RK. In today's session, we are going to make non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs super easy to remember using a fun and logical mnemonic. We'll not only look at the classification but also remember key examples for each group with the help of simple phrase. Smart people always act on perfect ideas. Pretty smart people often. This mnemonic will help you recall all the major classes of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs from salicylates to selective COX-2 inhibitors and others. Let's decode it step by step. Let's break down the mnemonic. Smart people always act on perfect ideas. Pretty smart people often. S stands for salicylates. These are the oldest and most well-known non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Example, aspirin. It is widely used for its analgesic, antipyretic and antiplatelet effects. The next letter is P, represents propionic acid derivatives. Examples include ibuprofen and ketoprofen. They are commonly used for mild to moderate pain and inflammation. The next letter is A, represents anthranylic acid derivatives. These are also called as phenmates. Example, mefenamic acid, often prescribed for dysmenorrhea and menstrual cramps. The next letter also is A, which represents aryl acetic acid derivatives. Example, Diclofenac and Aciclofenac. Diclofenac is one of the most commonly prescribed non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs for musculoskeletal pain. Then the next letter is O, represents oxycum derivatives. Example, piroxicum. These are long-acting non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, so they can be given once daily. The next letter is P, represents pyrrolopyrrole derivatives. Example, ketorolac. This one is very potent and often used for short-term management of severe pain, especially post-operative pain. The next letter is I, for indole derivatives. Example, indomethacin. This drug is strong and often used in conditions like gout and patent ductus arteriosclerosis in neonates. Now let's move to the second part of the mnemonic, pretty smart people often, which helps us recall the newer COX inhibitors and other related agents. So the letter starts from P, represents preferential COX-2 inhibitors. Example, nimesulide, meloxicam and nabumetone. They inhibit COX-2 more than COX-1, hence they cause less gastric irritation. The next letter is S, for selective COX-2 inhibitors. Examples like Celecoxib, Diclofenac, Paracetamol. These are truly selective and are designed to minimize gastrointestinal side effects while retaining anti-inflammatory actions. The next letter is P, for paracetamol derivatives. Example, paracetamol, which technically not a classical non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. It's often grouped under here due to its analgesic and antipyretic properties, but remember it has minimal anti-inflammatory action. The last category represents O letter, others, the drugs like metamizole and nefopam. These are less commonly used but worth knowing for its completeness. So to quickly recap the mnemonic, smart people always act on perfect ideas, pretty smart people often. Stands for S, salicylates, example aspirin. Next, P, propionic acid derivatives, ibuprofen, ketoprofen. A, for anthranylic acid derivatives, mefenamic acid. Again A, aryl acetic acid derivatives, diclofenac, aciclofenac. O, for oxycum derivatives, piroxicum. P, for pyrrolopyrrole derivatives, ketorolac. I, for indole derivatives, indomethacin. P, for preferential COX-2 inhibitors, nimesulide, meloxicam, nabumetone. S, for selective COX-2 inhibitors, Celecoxib, Diclofenac, Paracetamol. P, for paracetamol derivatives, paracetamol. O, for others, metamizole, nefopam. And that's how you can easily remember the entire classification of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs with just one mnemonic. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Pharmacology Decoded by RK for more simple and conceptual learning. Comment below if your favorite non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs or mnemonic tricks. I had love to hear from you. See you in the next video. Thank you.